Okay. Okay, you
Board
go.
games. So my favorite board game is probably gonna be Triopoly.
Triopoly?
Triopoly, yes.
I never heard of that.
It's Monopoly on steroids.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, you know how Monopoly the highest bill is a 500, yeah.
Yeah.
In Triopoly, it's 1,000, and everything
Is
in
it
Monopoly.
$1,000 bill?
Thousands, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
And everything in Monopoly probably costs like maybe $400 max. Some things.
Well, Boardwalk costs $400.
Okay, well, some of them are quite expensive, but in Triopoly, everything is like almost double the expensive. Like the most expensive property is probably $1,100 in Triopoly, and there's 3 levels of board. So there's an elevator that you can take up to go to the next board, and it just has so much different than Monopoly that makes it my favorite game. So, what's your favorite game, Mo?
I freaking love Sorry, dude. Sorry is so much fun to do. Like with all the you instead of a dice, you roll like numbers and it does stuff.
Yeah, Sorry is quite fun. I remember playing it, and I've always loved the idea of just the Sorry card. I know it's the whole premise of the game, but it's hilarious.
Well, it says what is it? What is the tag on it? It's like Sorry, something. What like the tagline? Oh yeah, the game of sweet revenge. That's what it's.
Oh
yeah.
Sweet
Because
Revenge.
like you do something and then
They get mad at you and then they get back.
I love doing the Sorry because it returns you to the very beginning.
Yeah, and it's always the pain getting the 2s and stuff.
Okay, so and then Sorry has like all those the cards, and then I know that you have to get a 1 or 2 to get out of the start, and then like when you get the star, you're like, no, I have to freaking do the 1 or 2 again.
Right, and then if someone lands on you, it gets all the way back as well, and it's so freaking annoying.
Oh yeah, I remember when my sister one time did like she did like she did like all like 3 Sorries, and all my pieces went back, and then she already had 2 in the home, and I was like, come on, I want to throw this table.
Yeah, 7s are the worst though, because you can split the dice up, and then you can literally choose to land on somebody. It's like, bro, might as well be a Sorry card. Like, it's so dumb.
And then there's also like those no 5s or 7s or something like that. Like there's only like 1s, 3s. No, there's not even 3s. I don't think. Maybe there's 3s. Right? No, I think there's like no 4. No. And then no. I'm trying to think. The 4 is like -4, and then.
Right.
Yeah. And
then
12 does something special, and then 11 you can like do either 11, like you can go forward 11,
or like swap with another player.
Yeah. That's what that is. Yeah. And then the 7 is like you can split it between multiple people.
Yeah. So you can move 1 piece like 4, 1 piece 3.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if anyone has heard of this, but we did it earlier. It's Circle. That is such a weird game to play, man.
Yeah,
like,
that game is like, I don't know, but
like you had to fill up that circle, and oh my gosh, well that's why it's called Circle.
yeah.
Circus.
Circus.
Yeah, it was called Circus, not Circle.
And if any of you played it, I guess let us know. But
you better hit that like button and subscribe to our. That was the vibe I picked up there. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, what's another board game? I'm trying to think.
Another board game we could.
Have you ever played Othello?
Oh, Othello.
Yeah, dude. That's
Othello.
a fun game.
Othello. It's basically. Wow. How do you?
It's the 2 blacks, and then on the other side it's the 2 whites, and you try to encase the other color, and then like swaps it.
It's kind of like almost like you're playing with checker pieces, but then not like. I don't really know how to describe Othello.
Yeah, Othello.
It's
Well, it's a piece. I think it's like 8x8 or 9x9 or something like that. The board is.
It's an 8x8 board, and it's in the middle. You start with 4 pieces: 2 black, 2 white, and then you each place a piece, diagonal or straight to one of your color pieces across from the other team's pieces, and it will turn their piece to your color, and then it's their turn, and you keep going until every spot on the board is filled up.
Yeah, and then no, it's whoever gets the most amount of pieces, right?
Well, the most amount of pieces, or someone can't play. The game ends.
Oh yeah.
The winner is whoever has the most pieces.
Yeah. And then going off that, it kind of feels like Connect 4, but like on the table, like flat on the table. Connect 4 is definitely different from Othello, but oh man, Connect 4 anyone can play it. But there's still strategies and everything. It's kind of it's like chess, but like for children.
Yeah, but chess is still for children. It's just chess is a lot more complicated.
Oh yeah. Chess is, oh my gosh, dude. I learned like the other thing this other day. I completely forgot what it was, but you can get like your king and I think it's the rook, and you can like swap in places.
You have never heard of castling?
Yeah, the castling. That's what it's called. That's so weird. I've never
You
seen.
have to have not moved the rook at all, or the king, and you have to get all the other pieces out just by way of by giving them space for the pawn, and then on one of your turns you can move the king over 3 or 4, depending if it's the queen side rook or the king side rook, and then you hop it over the top of it.
Okay, after you saying that, I'm realizing that you're probably way better at chess than me.
Oh yeah, my 4th grade teacher loves chess.
All I know is just okay. I can move this pawn too. That's it. Well, I know the horse, or what is it called? Knight, and then you can move that in like an L shape. And the rook is like a plus sign, and then the queen is a plus and the X. And the other one that's next to the knight, bishop. Yeah, you can go in an X pattern. Yeah, I know how to play the game. It's just I don't know any strategies.
What about the king?
The king? Oh, it's just one over, right?
Yeah, one.
Yeah, just one.
You can move any of the 8 spaces.
And then the pawn it can move 2 at the beginning and then 1 at the very start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know chess is like one of the most competitive things ever. Like you see people just like.
Yeah, but do you know what en passant means?
Of course I don't.
So if you have a pawn, so pawns can only attack things diagonal to them.
Yeah.
But if you are standing, if you move a pawn to, if you have someone's pawn is right in front of your guys's.
You can't move, right?
No, so if a pawn is, and then row right over, and if you moved your pawn 1 forward and they would take it, but since you haven't moved yours at all, if you move it 2 forward, they can move their pawn as if you had moved only 1, and it's called en passant, and they take your piece.
My brain just. Oh my, what? No, and this is why I don't play chess.
Yeah.
There's so many, like, the names are, and like the moves are insane.
Sorry, I only learned en passant like a month ago.
Yeah, but
it's just like
literally I competed with someone that is really good at chess, and like last year or something, and oh my gosh, I got destroyed. Holy crap. But chess is just insane.
Chess is so much fun.
There's this thing that my sister's been watching. I know I'm bringing up like someone else, but like it's like this thing called the Queen's Gambit or something on Netflix.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like a show of this person like that's in an orphanage, and then they learn how to play chess and they become famous or something like that.
Wow. Great storyline.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And like they got showed chess from like the basement or something.
Play chess in the basement, got famous.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
Every famous person has their story arc, you know.
Yeah, fair.
Like, you can't just become famous, you know. You get it from something.
What do you mean? I totally could be born famous.
Well, we know that's still getting it from something, you know.
I guess fair.
Like, hello, I'm famous. Do you know how? I got born. Compared to someone that's like worked their entire life on it, I'm like, I got born. Yay! Okay, what's another board game?
Board games. Well, let's see. There is
Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly.
Yeah.
So Monopoly. My favorite part about Monopoly is probably actually my favorite addition to Monopoly is probably the Cheaters edition.
That is we did that early. Oh my gosh, that's so much fun, dude.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, you can just go over it and you can just steal your money.
So basically, the Cheaters edition, as the name says, it basically gives the permission to cheat, and only rule is don't get caught. If someone catches you in the act of cheating, then you have to put it back and you go to jail. But like anything goes. Like you can steal people's money as long as they don't catch you in the act. As soon as you let go of the stuff, it's fair game that you did it. Even if they say, "Hey, look, you did that," but I didn't see them. You see, if they didn't see you do it, they can't take it. It's fair game.
It's so much fun, but at the same time, I think there should be a rule in there that you can't take like everything. Like you can't just swipe all 500s because that's a little unfair, you know?
Yeah, because there's like $100,000 in there, and you just game's over.
Yeah, game's over. They won. Yeah. And then you can also. My favorite part of the cheaters edition is the where you can move the pawns wherever you want. Like you can't see me doing it, but like I always.
He sits next to the jail and just keeps moving us into the jail. For some reason, we don't see it happen. So I spent like 7 turns in a row in the jail, and it's just like, okay, yep.
Oh yeah, I remember you got out of jail and you're like, yes, and then you bought a property, and then I moved you back.
I'm like, wait, why am I back here? And then wait, why am I out? Wait, I'm so confused.
Oh my god. But Monopoly is the boardwalk. That is the most craziest property ever because it's just you can make it so they pay $2,000 if you have the hotel.
Yeah, it's just great, and it costs $1,000 for the hotel. It's expensive, and it's just stupid.
Okay, now we're going on a train right now. So like, what's another? Oh my gosh.
Well, there is. Jeez, why can't I think of any board games?
Well, we did Connect Four, Othello, Triopoly. Chess.
Talisman. Talisman's probably one that's not very well known, but I play with a lot of my dad's friends and stuff. But the game, it's basically if you were to put Dungeons and Dragons into a board game. It's you each have a different character, which so it's a like 2 to 6 player game, and the start of the game you pick a character, or you get it drawn to randomly, however you want to get the characters. But there's like all different types of mythological creatures, like orcs. You could be an orc, goblin. You could be an elf, and each of them has their different skill set. Like, for example, the elf if you're in a woodland, you can teleport to other woodlands on the board. And it's kind of like Triopoly, how there's 3 different levels. There's different ways to get to the next level, and the goal is to get to the very center where it's called the Crown of Command. And the first person to get there and then drain all the other people's life away with the crown wins the game. And you go through the board defeating monsters and encountering evil and good spirits and stuff, and getting stronger and building up your caravan to be able to make it there.
That definitely does sound like Dungeons and Dragons. I've never done Dungeons and Dragons, but I know it's like one of the funnest things ever because you're not underneath a rule set or anything. It's just like you play.
Yeah, but the hard part is keeping everyone there, because if one person can't make it, then it's like you just remove that character from the game.
Oh yeah.
So it's just really hard to upkeep it, because I started a campaign with some friends of mine, and we played the first round. It was struggling to get through, but then we were like, okay, let's meet this time, and then someone canceled, and then we kept having to cancel, and eventually we just quit because we couldn't schedule a time that all of us could be there.
Yeah, I know that like the Dungeons and Dragons, like there's so much fan base around it. Like there's so much characters. Like, well, the characters are infinite because they're yours. You know,
right? And you literally can make up anything. Like for my first game that I ever played was we decided to base our characters off of game characters from a different game called League of Legends. I don't know if you guys anyone has heard of it, but
Oh yeah, League of Legends. That's not RPG, right? No, is it RPG?
yeah, well,
Oh, it's the where there's like little parts and then they're like. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
oh yes, yes, RPG. Yeah, I guess it's an RPG, but one of the characters that I decided to base mine off of was basically soul devoted barbarian with a big sword, and so what I had decided to do, I gave him a backstory, and that's how I had played. So you don't even have to be original, although it probably makes it a lot more fun if you are more original with your characters.
Oh yeah. Like I wouldn't just do my Jaronamoe character. Obviously, I would like do like a cool character.
Right.
Probably. I wouldn't just put Jaronamoe boom and then easy.
Yeah, Jaronamoe, he has slap.
Jaronamoe uses slap on I don't know. On Pikachu.
Yeah.
Pokemon
you did
style.
12 damage. Critical hit. Okay.
Segue. What's another? Oh my gosh, we're so stumped. I can't think of anything.
Board games. Shoots and ladders.
Oh, right. Shoots and ladders. It's all luck. That's what I know. It's like it's just luck. There's no skill.
I mean, it's really rolling a dice. It's figuratively rolling a dice, but you, or at least the game I used to play was you flick a wheel and it lands on a number 1 through 6, and you move that many spaces. And as Shoots and Ladders in the name, there are some places that make you go up a certain amount of spaces, and some that make you go down.
Yeah, the ladders and the snakes, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, snakes and ladders.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, and then I know there's 100 spaces in it, isn't it?
Yes, and family rule my family's always played with is you have to get to 100.
Exactly.
Exactly. So you can't be at 97 and then roll a 6 and get there. You have to roll a 3.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I love playing it a lot because then it can make you hang out, like stuck at the very end, and then someone can run up next to you, and like you don't just win instantly.
Right.
That's the same rule I do with what was it? Sorry. When you're going into home, you can't just roll a 6 when you're right next to home. You have to get a 1. You know.
Right.
That's what I do on home. Because you could be like right there and you're like, get a 1, please. I just need a 1, and then the other person wins. You're like, dang it.
Yeah, and my family also does. If you go over, you move back the spaces you went over. So like, if I was at 97 and I rolled a 7, even though 7 can't be possible, I would move. I would pretend to move 3 forward to get to 100, and then since I still have 4 more spaces I need to move, I'd move 4 backwards.
My favorite. We're going back to Sorry now, but my favorite strategy in Sorry is I get my first person out of the area, then I move around play the game like normally, and then my second person just hangs out at the very start, and then if I ever get a -4, boop.
Yeah, just
he's at
move it to home.
So I always have a person just hanging out at the start and see if I can ever get -4, or in I think it's a 10. That's a -1. Yeah, if you get a 10, you can have a other thing.
Yeah, it's forward like something or -1.
Yeah, because I know the 12 works like a Sorry, right? Or is there already a 12?
I don't remember.
Because I remember Sorry is like you could either kill the other person, bring them back to start, and be in their place, or just move 12.
I think that's what that one is.
Yeah, and then there's 11, which is swap places. We already said this, but like swap places, there's 7 that can split, and then there's 4 that goes back, never before, the 1 and 2. Yeah, okay,
right.
Anyway. Oh man, Sorry is just so much fun. I remember playing the SpongeBob one, and like there was a bunch of weird like cards. Like
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's so weird. The SpongeBob version. And going back to Monopoly, just real quick, because I really like mentioning this. There is every company under Monopoly. Like I remember seeing a Pokemon Monopoly, a Roblox Monopoly, a Fortnite Monopoly. Like they all exist.
Yeah, Monopoly just likes making their game over and over again.
Well, and then it's now owned by Hasbro, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Personal thing, real quick. Back then, when I was like 7, I used to make little board games. I actually have one in the corner of my room, but I used to make my own little board games, and I played it with my family. It was amazing, dude. There was this one I called Staying Alive. Definitely not based off of a song. No. And there was like a bunch of, you had like lives, and you spend a life every time you move, and then there was like 1-ups on the board. I bet I could remake it, make it like really good. But, like, it was a good concept. I still have never seen a concept like that.
Yeah, either that your game is good and just before its time, or totally garbage.
Yeah. Okay, now we're in the position again. What's another board game?
Exploding Kittens. Have you heard of that?
Oh my gosh, dude! Exploding Kittens, dude! I love that game.
Exploding Kittens is probably the weirdest card game there is.
I remember getting 3 Exploding Kittens in a row.
Okay. Exploding Kittens is basically, it's a card game where the goal is to outlive the other players, and there's cats that explode in a deck of cards. Not literally. There's no bombs in the game.
Okay, just to pause it real quick. To point it out, and just to be sure that everyone knows, it's a card game. But whatever. I don't. Anyways,
you each start with 7 cards, and then you're basically, each card is to help you prevent you from exploding by each different ways. Like the diffuse, if you do pull an exploding kitten card, it will put you can put it back in the exploding kitten card back in the deck if you use your diffuse. But there's some cards that make it so you stop, you don't have to draw, or you make someone else draw, and like there's just so many different ways you can avoid getting the exploding kitten with cards.
Yeah, and isn't there like all the other ones, like the Nope card? That's my favorite one because it's just Nope.
Like, you want to use this attack card? Nope.
Nope. You wanted to protect yourself from the exploding kitten with this thing? Nope.
Yep.
And I know the reverse one, kind of like Uno, where you can like reverse the
reverse.
Yeah. Anyways, segue. Uno. Uno's so much fun, but at the same time, if you play it more, it's kind of like. If you play it more than 3 times, it gets a little repetitive, but oh my gosh, Uno.
Right.
And then you got the Uno reverse card. Oh my god.
Okay, my favorite way to play Uno is definitely with the 0s and 7s. 0s, it being everyone switches their cards to the way of how the game is playing. So if you're currently playing to the left, everyone to your left is after you. Then if you play the 0, everyone gives their cards to the person on their left. And 7, you play it, and you swap your hand with someone else's hand.
Oh yeah.
So,
I've never played by that rule before. I just go off of of just common sense, I guess. Like, 0 blocks the second person, like the person in the clockwise in the rotation, and then like, yeah, man, Uno is such a. Have you ever seen that Dose? I've never played that before.
I've never played Dose.
Yeah, I've heard of Dose, and I'm pretty sure they're making Tres or. How do you say that? 3 in Spanish.
Trace,
there it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, and then more board games. We gotta keep on going.
There's Throw Burrito. It's the stupidest game on the
That's the same people that made Exploding Kittens.
Yes. It's, okay, when I say stupid, I mean it's absolutely hilarious. Somehow they allowed people to make dodgeball into a card game.
Yeah, they really did.
Basically, the concept of the game is basically almost like you're playing Go Fish, but then there's some cards put into it that say duel or stuff, and you can play the cards, and all of a sudden now it becomes a match to see who can throw these 2 burritos that are on the middle of the table at each other first. If every time you get hit by a burrito, you lose a point. Every time you get matches, you gain a point. And so there's different ways it happens. The battles happen, but either way, it's like be careful and be ready to throw burritos.
Okay, yeah, dude, throw burrito. I remember doing that with my brother, and he threw it like if he was playing dodgeball. I swear that thing, if it hit the window, would break the window.
Okay, they're soft foam things, but they can be thrown hard.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if we count this as a board game or a card game because it's not. But Jackbox, man.
Oh well, yeah, not
we
a
got
board
it.
game.
Yeah, but we got to include it. We
just,
have to. Oh my gosh. Okay. First best game ever. I love Quiplash. Oh my gosh, Quiplash.
Quiplash is decent, but I feel like there's better ones.
Yeah, there's better. I remember the Among Us one.
Push the button.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the name, but back to Jackbox, dude. The prompts and everything. You gotta turn on the family filter. If you don't turn on the family filter, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, Jackbox goes bad days without the family filter. But my favorite games probably, I guess favorite game's hard, but Party Pack. My favorite Party Pack is definitely 2.
Oh yeah, Bidiots, dude. That's on there.
Bidiots, Bomb Corp, Earwax,
Quiplash, man.
and Quiplash.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Just
a lot of people don't like Earwax.
I mean,
but
okay, Earwax is kind of, but all the other ones are great.
I never actually played Bomb Corp, actually.
Bomb Corp is hilarious because, kind of in the name, but Bomb Corp is a company. Basically, you are a member of this company that makes bombs, and for some reason, they accidentally set bombs off, and then they have detonation timers. You have to defuse the bomb before it blows up. And depending on how many people are playing, the rules are spread out across everyone's devices, and it's luckily it gives you a page order. But so like one person will have like page 1, cut all red wires, but then page 2 says actually page 1 is supposed to say cut all green, and so like it stacks up on layers and layers of different ways that you need to disable this bomb. And it just gets so hectic with the more people, because this one says wait, but this one says this, and then the problem is, what if people don't listen to you? What if someone accidentally cuts the wire before they listen, and then you have to restart?
Yeah,
and
Bomb Corp, is it complicated? Because it definitely sounds complicated.
Very.
Okay.
Okay, but it's different style than all the other Jackbox games. Instead of working against each other, you're working with each other.
Oh yeah.
And instead of it being like a set game, it's more of like a challenge, because you complete one day with all of its events, and then you get to the next day and the next day, and it's more of a see how far you can go instead of it's an endless mode game. So it'll go on forever until you quit.
Oh, I remember seeing, I think it was, a Kahoot game or something. No, it was, I forgot what the game was called, but it was kind of like that. I'm trying to remember. What's that other type of Kahoot game?
Game Kit? Blue Kit?
Yeah, Blue Kit or Game Kit, those two. It was one of those, and it had, one of those endless modes. It was, lava's, coming up or something. And I think it's lava or, a volcano's about to explode, and you had to, buy stuff to stop it, but if you don't get the answers enough, then it doesn't.
Oh, the floor is lava.
Yeah, the floor is lava, and you're building. Yeah.
And you have to answer the questions set by your teacher or by yourself, whoever started the game, and you have to use their questions to build things to get your tower high enough, and slowly the lava's taking away at your building. You can set the lava to be fast, slow, or normal speed, and depending on how much and different ways you can build buildings. But the longer you're going, the faster the lava gets.
Yeah. And I remember playing that in class, and everyone's screaming, they're
no,
faster, build faster, and then everyone's like, no,
Yeah.
when they die. Okay, anyways, back to Jackbox. Bidiots, dude.
Bidiots is just a work of art.
It really is.
It's not pun intended, because Bidiots is about art. But,
it's about auctioning, right?
So beginning of the game, for some reason, these art buyers couldn't make it, so we were set in their place to make art and then sell and buy art.
Yeah.
And we were given prompts to what to draw. You have to draw 2 paintings each, and so depending on how many people are playing, max of 6 people playing for that game. You each draw 2 pieces of art, and so if there's 4 people playing, there will be 8 pictures of art to be auctioned off, and you are given prompts for what you need to buy as well. So like everything can be sold for a certain price afterwards, and you're trying to figure out what the art is to sell. So if you want to buy it, and you're fighting everyone else to get the art, and it just for some reason my family's or my friend group that when we play, it's always okay. So we're gonna start bidding off. It says it starts bidding off of 400, but it really should be we start bidding off at 2,000.
Oh,
because everyone's like, I want it. Oh, sold to you for 2,500. Most of your money, but who cares? And then you lost all of your money because it was only worth $900.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember there was this one time I was like fighting for one of these stupid drawings. I was like so confident that it was worth so much. I spent I think it was like $3,000 on it, and then it was like $300.
Bro, sad, dude.
So sad. Anyways, Bidiots, dude. Oh, dude, that game is just you explain like practically the entire game, so I have nothing to add. But
sorry,
just no. But it's just dude, stop bidding it. Stop bidding it. I want it. No, I want it.
And it's like, oh, never mind, I don't want it.
Yeah, and then the one dude that didn't buy it, it's like, you spent all your money on nothing.
Yeah, but the problem is if the buyer or the person who drew the art gets some of the money back, so they want to raise the price, but then they accidentally go too far, and then they don't get any money back.
Yeah,
and
dude, the drawings are funny too because you can draw whatever the heck you want, but it has to be above the prompt. But at the same time, it doesn't need to be
right.
So you could do like a smiley face.
Like, oh yeah, I was just about to say that. But like one time, someone had messed around and instead of doing the prompt, just drew a smiley face, and everyone's like, "I need this photo," and we ended up spending $4,000 on the photo, and it was worth $400, not $4. But they were sad, but it's like, yeah, well, I got the smiley face, I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, it's only in hundreds, right? It's not in tens or ones. Yeah.
If you can auction up every 100, but you can get $50. You can have $50, but you can't bid $50.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of another. Oh wait, Fibbage, dude. Oh,
Fibbage. It's just
for
also
the recent
great.
Christmas. Actually, I got a card game that's like Fibbage, and but anyways, Fibbage. You're like, it's like saying the weirdest thing. It's like, what was the real reason why the queen died or something like that?
Yeah.
And then you're like, this.
And everyone puts in their answer they think, and you're trying to get it to be as realistic as possible, or as funny. Either way, you want to do it with your friend group or something, and then everyone gets vote on what they think it is. And since you each have your own screen, because Jackbox is awesome like that, you all click on separately without anyone knowing, so you know which one's yours, and you get points for fooling people in clicking yours, and you get points for getting the right answer.
Yeah, like I remember doing the weirdest, like you put on the weirdest stuff and people vote for it. Anyways, what you said earlier, that everyone gets their own screen, just to point that out, I think it's such a cool concept because anyone can play the game. There's no like skill of like you need to press the A button and then you jump across the screen. You know, there's no skill. It's just typing on a screen, except like Bomb Corp or something.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you have wit. You need to do it, but
yeah,
it's more of a wit than reaction time.
Yeah, reaction time is mainly what video games are born about. But just a point. Oh my gosh, we went from like sorry to video games. Okay. Should we end?
Fibbage is so great. Like, a prompt that I had gotten recently was, what did Queen Elizabeth get for her birthday that was weighed 10,000 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
And then people would put up some, like, gorilla ape and stuff. I'm like, that's not it. But then the two answers that really got everyone fooled was wheel of cheese and lard. And for some reason, everyone thought it was lard.
But it's always the weirdest one.
But
really
secretly, I was the one who put lard, and I actually clicked wheel of cheese, so I won Haha.
Haha. It's amazing when everyone votes yours and you get the truth. Oh,
Like, it's just, you win. No, you win. Unless you all of a sudden get the opposite, and then
Okay.
they won.
Wait. I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet, but the joke boat, bro.
Oh, joke
Yeah.
boat is so
Oh, yeah.
freaking awesome.
Here, can I explain it this time?
Oh,
okay.
take the floor.
So, okay, I'm taking the floor. So, joke boat it gives you it gives you a bunch of like you at the beginning you do a bunch of like plural nouns or just nouns or verbs or anything, and then you pick a joke like a pun like a joke, and then you add a punchline to the end of it and try to get people to laugh. And oh my gosh, dude, it's one of the most you need to be publicly social. Like, you need to be social in order to win, because if you don't sell your joke, oh, no one's gonna vote for it. And then you got the what was it, the catchphrase. Oh yeah.
At the beginning of the game, you get to pick a catchphrase, and how our friend group works, it doesn't matter what the joke is. If you don't see your catchphrase,
Oh yeah.
you've done so.
Yeah. If you don't say you gotta say what was the funniest catchphrase we've ever. What was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember. The catchphrases I don't remember, but
Like-
I remember them being really funny.
One of them I remember was like, "Get a horse."
Oh
But-
yeah, get a horse. That was yours.
Yeah. Oh, okay, now you just blew it. But
What?
haha.
Oh. Get a horse. What's another? We're just going on a rant of Jackbox.
Well, we can explain. Push the button.
Oh yeah, I only played that like once ever.
Push the button is basically almost a lot like Among Us, but it takes out the whole stress of being the imposter and like being sneaky, because instead of copying Among Us and getting sued, they decided to have the game be directed by like answering questions and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you'll get a prompt of what's do you agree that they'll say chocolate is disgusting, and then it'll give you agree, strongly agree, disagree, or extremely disagree. And the aliens, they don't see the prompt, they only will see the 4 options below, and so that's how they can get out. And they have a time, everyone has a time limit of depending on how many players there are, but if you have 4 players, I think it's 11 minutes until the aliens win. And you can push the button, as push the button's called, to vote out the aliens, but if everyone has to agree on it, or else the ship cancels it out. So it's mayhem.
Isn't there like a mothership, right? There's like a
Yeah. Dottie.
Yeah.
Digital officer in something.
something.
Yeah, Dottie.
And then it's like I'm trying to remember. It's like it does all that strongly agree. I remember being the imposter, and I was like, I don't know, and I just clicked one, and then they're like, he's imposter. I'm like, what? Because I didn't even know what I was doing.
But some of the questions are difficult.
Oh yeah.
It's like one of them I remember was, what would you do if you saw a bird nest left alone? Would you eat the egg? Would you touch it? Or would you do nothing? And it's like, well, if you do nothing, what if the people think you're like a horrible person because you didn't do anything? Or what if people are like, how dare you? But then, of course, eat is just the wrong answer. But like, eat the egg. I will fry the bird egg.
No. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. Man, just the amount of Jackbox games. We can go on forever about Jackbox. There's like 10 party packs. Have you ever played Blather Round? That's one of my favorites.
I have not heard of that one.
Okay, I can explain it. So Blather Round, it's like it gives you one person gets a prompt, or not prompt. It's like okay, this SpongeBob SquarePants, right? It tells you that, but everyone else doesn't know. So you have to get a bunch of words and stitch them together that they said. Like they said, like you say, you put something down that isn't the answer, and it goes up, and they're like, they put something that they think that it is, and then you stitch those that they put down together and try to give them the answer. Yeah.
I think I understand that one. Okay.
Yeah, and then you're trying to get them to guess your answer under like I think it's 5 minutes or 3 minutes, something like that. And it can be either a place or a noun or a person. Like
That one sounds interesting.
Yeah, like so SpongeBob SquarePants would be a person, you know.
Nice.
And it could be anything. I remember getting Dwayne the Rock.
Dwayne the
I was like,
Rock.
how do I explain this? Except saying rock.
Rock.
Rock. Okay, let's go back to board games. What's another board game?
Well, let's see. There's.
Right?
Yeah, I know exactly. Codenames.
Oh, Codenames.
Codenames is a great one.
I'm trying to remember Codenames.
So Codenames, there are 2 code masters, as I guess. So it's a detective game, and basically you're using.
Oh, okay, I just got it. Yeah, I forget. Sorry for interrupting, but yeah,
Right.
Codenames. I love that game. I just got it. I was like trying to remember.
So how you set up is you get a 5x5 thing of. You get little mini cards that have words on them, and you set them up in a 5x5 grid, and these 2 players are the code masters, as they're called, 1 for each team. You split the people evenly. It doesn't matter how many. It's a big party game, but the more people there are, the harder it's going to be to play, or maybe easier.
Yeah.
But because then you have more minds on it. But
And mainly, it's really fun if you get the right teammate. Like if you get someone you don't like, then it's not fun at all. But like if you get the right teammate and you know them, then you can probably get it easier.
You go through the game quickly. But so the 2 codemasters have a card. Look at this card that shows where each of their teammates are. So code names is basically you are all trying to find your team's spies before the other team does, but you do not want to affect the assassin or the bystanders. And
the black card, right? What was that called again?
Assassin.
Oh yeah, assassin. I remember getting the assassin. I'm like, no.
So the code masters, they will say like feather 2, and everyone else is going to be trying to find 2 words, since he said 2. 2 words that would be described by feather. So like
chicken.
Chicken, yeah, chicken would work, and because chickens have feathers, or an arrow, and like those both have feathers. So then they would select those 2 one at a time, and depending on what they would get, or depending on what the first one was, they're allowed to click the next one. So like if the first one was their color, then they succeeded, and then they get to try finding another person.
Oh yeah, you just like kind of do the like pool thing. Like when you're playing pool, you can just hit a ball, and then you can if you're really good, you can get every single ball in one turn. Kind of like that thing.
Okay, but it's a risky play because the codemasters, for every turn, they only can say 1 word and then a number. So like, and another way you can play, how some people can play, and a rule that there is if you say the words, if you say 0, you can tell them that there is no word, there are nothing that compares to this 1 word. So not necessarily a way to get them, but say don't touch these ones.
Oh yeah. I remember if you get a different one, like if you get the other team's card and then they get a point, you're like, dang it, and then
your turn's immediately over.
Yeah, and then if you get the bystander, then you're like, dang it, and your turn's over, right? The bystander just doesn't matter, right? It doesn't do anything except end your turn. And then you got the assassin, it's just like boom.
Then you lose. Other team wins.
And then also you're trying to get them to not guess some, right? Like you're like, okay, if I say feather, then they might guess arrow over there, and I want them to guess chicken, but I also want them to guess, like, I don't know, turkey, you know? Like you want them to guess those 2, but you do not want them to get feather, so you have to like think of a new one.
Then you can say arrow. Next turn, weapon 0.
Yeah, weapon 0. or animal, and they'll be like, turkey. Yeah, turkey or chicken. Yeah, that game is so creative.
But it's just word game, and it helps if you know the person and like almost have like twin telepathy. Like I don't know if anyone's heard of that, but it's basically like when you can feel like you can read the other person's mind.
Yeah, that's me and my sister, dude. We can read each other's minds,
like,
man.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember playing that at my grandma's house, and it's just so much fun. You can play it for hours. and like getting in, you have to know the other person, mainly because you have to just be like, okay, they would know I would say feather for air, like chicken, because that's obvious.
Right.
But like, but you can also be something like an inside joke, like, I don't know, your inside jokes, chickens have Mario, I don't know, and then you say Mario or something like that.
Yeah, like, what if you're, like, I guess for my family, even though the word link is meant for like chains, my family can say Zelda, and they will understand that they mean Link, because Link's the main character in Zelda, but for some reason most people don't know what Zelda is.
Oh yeah.
So some people won't get that, but
You could say Zelda though. You could say Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Because it's inside with us.
Okay. Anyways, should we end it or should we go another board game?
Sure, let's go to another board game.
Okay. Because I'm on a. This is amazing. Okay. I'm trying to think. Man, I've been thinking of it this entire time, but I can't. Well, just to bring it up, this one time I did play a Mario-themed chess. And
How do you play Mario-themed chess?
I don't know. Like the Goomba was the rook, and then the king was Bowser or something like that. Like I don't fully remember, but I remember like there's all those themed board games like that. SpongeBob Connect 4 and the SpongeBob. Sorry, that was mentioned earlier. Well, I didn't mention the SpongeBob Connect 4.
Clue. Clue's hilarious.
I've only played Clue like once ever, and I'm always told it's like the best game on the planet.
Okay, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to find the imposter. Like, well, that's not the correct. Is that the correct word?
No.
Killer, murderer, killer.
So, the game it's a board game. It's combined together. So, you guys there's a board with the place, which there's now been expansions.
The library, the living room, that
library, dining hall, study, the conservatory, and
library.
Yeah, and you're trying to find who the killer was, where they did it, and with what.
Yeah, I remember watching Dude Perfect making a real life one. That's fun.
Jeez.
Like it's crazy because they rented a mansion and everything, and they like actually did exactly how the game is, and it's so much fun to watch. I bet it's way more fun in real life than a board game. But I remember there's like a noose, a knife, a gun, you know.
Oh yeah. There's knife, rope, gun, revolver. Oh wait, revolver is good, but
AK-47,
machine gun,
bazooka. Man, this chair is creaky. Holy crap. Okay, anyways, I know that Clue, like, man, I'm trying to remember how you find out how they did it.
So
it's like it's literally clues, right? Clue.
So you go into a room and then you basically say, I think, let's say Mr. Plum did it, and then you have to pull Mr. Plum into that room, and then with candlesticks, so then you pull in the candlestick, and then everyone around the table everyone has cards that help them clue in to what it's not, because in the middle of the table is a folder that has the murderer, the place, and who did it, the weapon. And so everyone's trying to figure out what that is, and since everyone else has the rest of the cards, everyone together, if everyone knew everyone's cards, would know the answer. So you're trying to figure out everyone else's cards before they figure out your cards.
Oh yeah, I remember getting given cards. I've never been the murderer before, but I know it's stressful.
You don't know. Right? The murderer actually doesn't know the murderer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're trying to solve the case.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I
murdered this person with a candlestick.
Really?
What? When? How?
Oh man. Okay. Well, are we gonna? What's another board game? I'm trying so hard to think of one. Or a card game, whatever. Pure science. Oh Oh gosh, I can't think of anything. Just one last one.
DC Comics.
DC Comics.
You never heard of that one?
No.
So basically, yes, that one's.
Dude, that's a fourth one now that I've never heard of.
Well, my family loves games.
Yeah.
But this one, it's obviously off the DC multiverse, but they took every character and like thing they do and put them into cards, and it's a deck building game. So like, you start the game with a deck of 10 cards with 3 vulnerabilities, which do nothing, and 7 punches, which each give 1 power. And the goal of the game is to end the game with the most victory points, which each card, depending on how powerful it is, will give you a certain amount of victory points. Like, the Flash will give you 7 victory points, but can compare to a punch or a kick, that'll only give you 1.
Yeah. Man, I think it's because I think I know that I don't know that many board games. It's because I play the same board games.
Right.
Like I don't really get new board games. It's usually just the board games my family has owned since like I was born. like Connect 4 and Sorry and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Sorry's really old. I know that for sure. I know chess is like the oldest one ever. And Life. And Life the game.
Game of Life is fun.
I know chess and the Game of Life are really old games. I know that for sure.
Right.
And I remember the Game of Life being like really dark or something like that. Okay, should we end it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been really fun. First podcast we've ever done, and since it's the first one, I can't tell you. Oh, go listen to another. But eventually we'll go and post more. But for now, this has been awesome. We're definitely doing it again, and. You do the subscribe.
Subscribe to us, the bumbling buffoons.
No.
Oh, wait, crap.
Dang it!
No.
What is that called? Nah, dang! We can't even remember our own name.
Never mind. Scratch that.
Whatever it's called, on full screen and what's our name again? Can you remind us? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, wait. Oh my gosh, I'm trying so hard to remember. But anyways,
Baffled buffoons.
There's a. We can't even.
Oh no, the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning, the second word. Anyways, okay. Well, see you later, everyone.
Bye.
Hope you have a great day.